Mayor Memphis, I'd like to call this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Stewart. Absent. Weaver.
Here.
Wilson. Here. Sukasar. Here. SukasW.
Here.
Make a motion to excuse the absence of staff.
Support.
Parker.
Yes.
Stoops absent. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Sukasar. Yes. SukasW.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
All right, non-agenda items from sidelines had none. Comments from city administration. Donna?
Yes, those who just wanted me to bring up that senior citizens can get a deferment on their taxes. So the summer will not be due until February 14th. And that way they get longer time to pan it.
Okay.
And you just want everyone to know that.
Thanks, Bill. Oh, also, disabled veterans, if they haven't applied
Yes.
for the waiver, they should probably do that. So, anything else, Don?
No.
Just, we now have a new alarm system we're going with. That's going to save a little bit off the budget. It's going to be an in-house system. When the alarm system activates it, contacting an active company will be contacting several police officers at the same time via the phone lines. So that'll save roughly $1,000 per year off the budget right there. And also got the new style uniform hats, which we were out of our standard Class A hat badge and hats, which would have been about $1,500 to replace. This $138 for the hats to equip the entire department.
Some more laid back look too.
Yes, yes.
Where are those hats made? Where are those hats made?
It is CTE uniforms in Clinton Township.
That's good. Those are not made to shine on.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right.
Well, all I have is been working on different things. I've been to the Algonac Art Fair to try to get some groups over here for the summer. Basically, I'm working on next summer stuff right now,
Yeah, it
trying
takes a while.
to get things going. But I am planning a trip for sometime in December to Frankenmuth.
Okay.
Get that into works. And
Halloween party, are you having anything there?
well, I'm thinking about that and having a dance for the kids
Okay.
for Halloween. But other than that, that's about it.
All right, thank you very much. Adoption and amendment of the agenda?
No changes. I make a motion to adopt the agenda as presented.
Support. Stoops absent. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Sukasar. Yes. SukasW.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Hope you all had a chance to go over the regular meeting minutes of August 19th, 2014. If there's no changes, entertain a motion to accept those.
Make that motion.
Support.
Thank you.
Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Sukasar. Yes. SukasW.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Stoops absent.
All right, presentation and approval of August disbursements report for $155,284.87 and electronic wire transfers of $6,604.64. If there's no questions or comments, can I get a motion to accept those?
I'll make a motion to accept the disbursements report and the wire transfers report as presented to us. Support.
Wilson.
Yes.
Sukasar. Yes. SukasW.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Stoops absent. Weaver.
Yes. All right, communications, there was none. Unfinished business, there was none. New business, fire department letter from Chief Diaz. We all had this in our last packet, kind of put it off. This is about having a part-time employee compensated for being at the fire department. The fire committee recommended this, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
We thought maybe Jason Justin,
Justin, needed to discuss it.
Yeah, just basically what it would be is somebody would be at the station 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 hours a day, doing different tasks that need to be handled within the fire department. You've seen the list of tasks that were there. Just to try to take some of the extra workload off of the officers that are in place currently now. And to also have somebody that we know will be during the day at the station to be able to respond to calls. Right now, we've been doing okay with being able to respond to calls, but there is some times where that daytime help is limited due to people working during the day. So we'll give that, unless it'll help out with some extra workload.
Yeah, I checked the cost of that, and I think the budget will stand it, will
Right.
increase the cost for the, if we go through with the current year
Correct.
starting maybe sometime in September.
Right.
Would be about
Starting
10
October 1st.
October
Would like to
1st,
start,
okay.
correct.
Well, there'd be a little bit less, and I had it, if we took off a couple months, it'd be 10,663. We would take off another $940 off that.
So $75 a day is what the person, the employee would be compensated for. Anybody that's already a member of the fire department would be willing to, or be able to do it, they have to have the proper training to be able to go on runs.
And I think that we'll start to do that for 3 or 4 months, then I think we'll review it
We'll sit down
again
and take a look,
and
right,
at it
make
with
sure
the
we're on
committee
the.
and see where it's going. It may end up that, well, we'll have to watch the budget with it,
Right.
because we don't want to, but what we may find out, maybe they can be done in 2 instead of 3.
Right, we may have to go down to 2 days, we may be able to say, okay, it looks good, we can go to 4 days.
Yeah.
Until we do it here for a couple of months, like I
And
said,
we'll see
3, 4
how-
months,
how it
and we'll.
works,
This has
review
been
it.
discussed with the last 3 chiefs, at least, maybe more. I mean,
Right,
I've
it's
talked
been-
about this for about 8 to 10 years.
See, the biggest problem is that a lot of things have to be done in the days.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, and the day shift is the one with the lowest amount of people available.
Correct.
Because
Because
everyone's
they're fully employed. And so, we'll see how it goes, and we'll look at it down the road. So, but at this current time, the budget I think we'll be able to do it within the current budget. And if we can't, we'll adjust.
Can we get a motion to allow him, starting October 1st, to have a part-time person at the fire department?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Sukasar.
Yes.
Sukastabio.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Stoops absent. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Next in your package, you see a copy of our vehicle use policy. This is what kind of we requested as a body be put together. I had asked all the department heads that have vehicles to look it over and make any changes they felt necessary, and several of them came back with a couple changes. So does anybody have any questions on this policy? We don't have to vote on this, do we? Is this a policy we have to vote on?
I don't think it hurt to go on.
Okay. Does anybody have-
I don't know if we have to, but.
It's something we definitely need. We need to make sure that all employees that use vehicles understand
I'm just wondering,
these rules.
is there any way to cover them when they're not, like, it doesn't involve a vehicle and they get hurt on the job?
Oh, this isn't hurt, this is due to accidents.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
this is
mean,
due to car,
the
basically car.
fire
accident.
department, the DPW already have policies in place. If somebody's hurt on the job,
Yeah.
they have
Yeah,
to.
there's procedures we have to go through, like the one we just currently had, the firefighter get hurt. There's policies in place for anytime somebody
Do
gets
you,
hurt.
you have policies as
Oh,
well?
then,
I know Bart does.
So is this gonna supersede all of them?
Well, no, this is just for vehicles. If they're driving a vehicle, I'm not talking if they're like out using a chainsaw and dropping on their foot.
Right.
But this is the new vehicle policy that all departments go by. And us. We're allowed, if doing city business, to use a city vehicle if necessary. If we are, then we have to follow these same rules as well.
It's effective August 5th.
Well, it'll be effective now, when we were working on this
September
for some
3rd.
time.
There's dates. There's
Yeah.
a couple
September
different
3rd
dates
at
in
the
there.
top.
September 3rd.
Now, is there a Concentra or a location that you'd be
See,
going to?
when I started working on
like,
it, that was when I started.
Like hours from,
Yeah.
okay, then would there be an authorization form that would be given, so we go to the hospital, the approval for?
We already have an account set up with them. They just go there, tell them you're a Memphis city employee, and then they
Yeah.
send a bill. We had.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the
It's
last,
Port Huron, it's occupational health services in Port Huron, and
Gotcha.
then it's after hours, you go to the emergency room.
gotcha. Okay, and the last would be, say this incident occurs out of the city. We can't necessarily force a different agency to perform like a preliminary breath test on a person involved. City,
But the city employee can request one.
they can request one, but it's not necessarily going to be granted.
Wow.
Then that's where you're going to have to go
Yeah.
directly to the hospital for it. So that would,
Yeah, the chief though, if you're in an accident, anyone in an accident though, and there's a possibility of them drinking what you can smell, we can give them a breath, anybody.
And I think any police officer that you said, look, I'm a city employee, they request that I have a breathalyzer test, can you give me one? I think any officer would say sure.
yes. Now, would this be required even if there's not the odor of alcohol?
I think it's best.
That-
It just protects us.
What's the severity of the crash? I mean, is it like minor damage or is it going to major damage?
I would say.
So you
any
bump
crash.
somebody in a parking
Any
lot?
crash that you need a police report
If
on.
there's a police, that's the fire department. Anytime there's a police report that needs to be done, they go and get tested. It doesn't matter
I
if it was
think-
their fault, somebody else's
You
fault.
know what it does?
a
It's just a
bumper.
liability thing that says, okay, look, we're laying everything on the table, we're getting every test we can get, we're showing you that we are above board on all of this. And I think it's important.
Okay. Now, who would be the responsible party to transporting that person involved in the accident to the clinic or to the hospital?
Well, if they blow a breathalyzer test and
Lennox
they're drunk, I'm
usually
sure the
does.
police officer.
Okay, so even like if it's, I'm in an accident, I'm not injured, I need to do a drug test or alcohol test, would there be liability, you know, the fact that you're driving yourself after the crash to the hospital?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so.
Richmond.
Unless you
If
fail the
you're,
drug test.
if you work for the city yet, you say you're responsible.
The EMS would provide that transport as
If you
well.
needed it, yeah.
Just like a non-injury transport?
Right.
Okay.
They've done for us.
Okay.
I think there was a motion for and a second.
I didn't get a motion.
Oh, you did?
No, I don't think there's
Oh,
been
that
any
was- yeah,
motions on this.
okay.
Can I get a motion to approve this vehicle use policy?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Stoops absent. Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucas R.
Yes.
Next is the Department of Public Works burn pile. Effective September 2nd, the burn pile located in the park will be closed, the gate will be locked, and the signs will be posted, no dumping. After that date, the DPW will pick up all brush and take it to another location that is not for public dumping, it's an undisclosed location. Please see attached memos for the directions to homeowners, and we need to definitely get this in the next water bill. Effective September 2nd, no homeowner, renter, or private person can take brush or yard waste to our burn pile. All brush and yard waste will be picked up by DPW at curbside. Limbs are not to be over 4 inches in diameter and cut to 5-foot lengths. Trees and limbs over 4 inches diameter is the homeowner's responsibility to dispose of. Yard waste, leaves packed in bio-yard paper bags cannot weigh over 50 pounds. Yes.
The next water bill doesn't go out till October 1st. Do you want to wait a month, or I can send it out, I can print out labels and just mail it out if you'd
Well,
rather?
yeah, we need to get this to our citizens.
Because that's a month, I mean, that's a month without them knowing what to do.
Yeah,
I
that's
think you'll
up-
take
that's
a
up to
memo
me.
and send it.
They're done.
As of today, there's
Just
not
take,
done. Yeah,
send this.
send it out.
See, and I think
Just make
that
it
is at the
effective.
discretion of Bart, when he wants to make the change. Even though this was made up for dating September 2nd, when you.
I don't have a problem carrying it through until
Right.
the water bill comes out.
Make it done.
Like November 1st?
Well,
No, it would be
October
October 1st.
Yeah.
October 1st,
The
yeah.
water bills will be out in their hands.
Because once we changed it,
We should put it on a bright piece of paper if we're putting it in with water bills, like something where they're going, what's that big pink piece of paper in there?
I have neon yellow that
There we go.
I'm dying to use.
There we go. We need to get it in there and let people know that, you know, there's no more dumping down there in the park. We've got, March spent a lot of time, we've got a beautiful trail down there. If anybody hasn't gone on it, I highly recommend going walking down there. It's a beautiful piece of property and.
It's a good start.
It's an excellent start. It's nice just to go down there. If it weren't for mosquitoes out this time of year.
they're terrible this time.
They're terrible. For some reason this year they're horrible.
It'll rain every day for 2 weeks.
Yeah. But, I mean, you can ask anybody who's been out there on that trail. It is a beautiful piece of property and it's come so far from where it was 2 years ago. It's unbelievable.
And then this is kind of the final step of getting rid of, different things down there. And I think then we can proceed with, improving it.
Could we, because it's noted in here,
Pardon?
that because it's noted effective September 2nd, should we change that effective October 1st?
Yeah, that can be changed. This is when we were been working on it for some
Right.
time, and that's why I put September 2nd. So, matter of fact, August 21st is when I wrote it. It's done.
Yeah.
And, this can be October 1st.
I can tell you that Mr. Barnage is going to be very, very happy.
Well,
Ask Barnage.
we've had a few letters. He wanted to put it down where the DPW is so I could watch it.
He's keep an eye on it. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, he wanted me to do that. And I like Mr. Myron. He's
You could have burned it inside the Quonset hut for years.
yeah.
So-
Anyway, so,
So the thing is, also Bart's gonna have to possibly red tag some things that people put on the side of the road. If they're not in compliance with this, if they have leaves in plastic bags instead of biodegradable bags, he's just gonna have to stick a red sticker on it or something that says,
To print something to explain to them why they're not getting picked
yeah,
up.
we're not picking this up, this is your problem,
So it's it'll take some time, I'm sure, to get used to.
If branches are too much, I wouldn't even mind if that tag had on it, look, we have a tree service in town, here's their number, call them. Because some things I've seen them have to pick up is amazing that they have a truck with pieces of wood in it like this.
And we'll still be on
And
burn
I would put like a deadline, once you put that sticker on.
We'll still have the
a
2
deadline.
weeks in the spring, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks.
So otherwise they would just get a blight notice.
Yeah, a month in the week, spring and month in the fall would be burned. So, can I get a motion to approve the DPW's new rules?
I'll support it.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson, Lucas R,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Next, we have cable commissioners. Eric Snyder has been doing a lot of work with Channel 6. And apparently, under the membership agreement and bylaws, we're supposed to have 2 representatives and 1 alternative representative. And we've only ever had 1 representative, is that correct?
Yeah, you've appointed somebody on the council to be the second representative, but they've never gone to a meeting, they've never had anything to do with cable,
Okay.
except, in name only.
All
So,
right. Well, Eric, are you willing to do this? Yes, sir. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the second commission.
Second.
Yeah.
Support.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R,
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
As part of this, we always vote for a person on council to be the second commissioner, because I remember that, it's on the after the election, we go through all the new appointments. Roberta is
I was
current.
the first time.
Can we make her the alternate? Because we're supposed to.
I
have
would
an alternate
suggest
as well.
that, yes.
So can I get a motion to make Roberta now the alternate commissioner?
I'll make a motion that we approve Roberta to be the alternate.
Support.
Stoops absent, Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas R,
Yes.
Lucas W. Make her the alternate.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker.
All right, other new business from the mayor. If you don't know, school started today. I always like to have the police pull people over that are speeding in the school area for at least the first couple, 3 weeks, and let them know there's kids out walking to school every morning. If you're speeding, slow it down. We don't want any children hurt in our community. Just keep an eye out. There's kids out walking, and it gets, especially like as October comes, it gets dark. They're actually walking to school in the dark. So just keep an eye out for the kids. That's all I have. You have anything, Larry?
Not tonight.
Bert?
Do we have crossing guard issues still in
No,
school?
we don't. We have chief.
No, we've got 4 crossing guards right now, so we have 4 spots in the crossing guard for.
Do they work through the city, not through the school, or?
Yes.
Right, they work through the
So,
city.
okay, is that new?
Well, the previous chief wasn't able to handle it, or
Oh,
said it
okay.
was difficult to manage. And it's not that, is it difficult for you to manage, or?
No, we tried to make them happy. We got whistles for all the crossing guards. They got reflective rain jackets. They have gloves now. One of them got a new vest itself, be more visible. As of today, no problems.
I did receive a call from the schools. They're very encouraged with our new situation, so they're much happier.
All right, that's all I have.
Jason? Frank? No. Bill?
Surprise.
Thank you. 20 minutes.
Roberta, to answer your question, we've already